Watson Duke went with some residents who complained to him, went to the HDC to try and get some information on what the UNC has been telling you all. It's an abuse of power, an abuse of poor people. Even though we know that people in East Port of Spain, Laventille and thing will never vote UNC because of the way they've been trained by PNM, Dr. Williams and the cult. But still, when the UNC is in government, they govern for everybody, not only who vote for them. But the UNC has been telling you that since 2017, secret plans were afoot from Rowley, who is the elitist, rich must get richer, to take the hills of Laventille, to move out the poor people, because the most valuable land in the Caribbean right now, at the cheapest rate, that land is the hills of Laventille, with the picturesque views and so on. They run it down, run down the value, and then they come in to take it, move you, give it to the rich people. They will build up, protect it, clean it up, go up high, security and so on, and the land value will move from little bit to wow. That's the Rowley way. The UNC has been telling you all that. There was no consultation. Keith Scotland was not even aware of what Udicott was doing, and he was the MP. So Watson Duke now found out about it. People complained to him, and he went down to the HDC to try to get some answers. And CNC3 sent a journalist called Kejan Haynes to do the report. Play the Kejan Haynes report for me, Archie. Play it.
PDP political leader Watson Duke is in the HDC right now. He's been there for a little over an hour. He's been advocating for residents of East Port of Spain who are being relocated as part of the government's East Port of Spain expansion project, an upgrade project. So these residents have been told since many years ago that they were going to be relocated, but Mr. Duke is saying that the places that they're being relocated to aren't adequate, and they're being given not enough time to leave. Now, we just spoke to Camille Robinson Regis, the housing minister, who said otherwise. Let's listen to a little bit to what she said.
And people have been moved into those houses, so it's a process. We did promise we'll start in East Port of Spain because that is where we feel the revitalization should take place. We have done that, and so I am just of the firm view that Mr. Duke is looking for a platform
to launch his political run for Port of Spain.
He wants to be the mayor of Port of Spain. He also said he wanted to be the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. So this is probably one of his stepping stones. But I think he has a lot more things to think about than what he's here doing.
People are being relocated in this area or further away? Did you know
in this area, and some will of course be decanted further away. So wherever we have units available, we've been planting people there.
Alright.
So we have not been doing anything that the residents, the lawful residents, are not fully aware of.
I know this is part of the bigger revitalization, and the Prime Minister would have said wherever we put it, because we get it.
Of the revitalization of Port of Spain, and it is an undertaking that we made, and we did all of this with the concurrence of the residents of Port of Spain.
All right, thanks, Minister.
You're very welcome.
Now let's go to this, Archie, because that story in essence was total nonsense about Watson Duke by himself, barricading himself in the HDC. On top of that, Kejan Haynes, this CNC3 journalist, did not tell you all that Watson Duke walked from East Port of Spain through the city with about 45 people and citizens who live in the area. Run that piece, Archie.
It's sending police now. But here no, it's just sending police now.
Yeah, man. Cool, for
We don't know if they're coming there.
well,
They're not quietly. But I why say they can't sit down so quietly.
well, let me take a seat.
Yeah.
If the figure, if I may stand, I'm in a threatening position.
Yeah.
Let me take a seat. And you can see why they. When I say justice, just say right now. Justice! Right now! Justice! Right now! Justice!
Right now.
Justice.
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 Barricading yourself basically for.
That's wrong. I can't answer that question. Barricade. Barricade yourself.
Tell me more about barricading yourself basically for.
That's wrong. I can't answer that question. Barricade yourself.
Tell me more about.
AGC came to us about 2 to 3 years ago. They told us that they're going to build up Piccadilly Street and then they're going to move us and put us there. Within a month's time, AGC just come just and say, oh, they had to move. And they have nowhere to put us. They want to send us San Fernando, Princess Town, Taverkeet, Candy Gandhi, all of us. And now they have nowhere to put us, but they want us to move. They come in and they take out of all the windows from off of the places. That is not right.
Yeah.
People living here. And people are going to school and work. Or you could go down Candy Gandhi and now all have no place and all they come and taking out the windows. That is not right.
Now, we're going to analyze this very carefully. And as you can see, the Keyshawn Haynes, the journalist, talking about Barricade. He create Barricade, concoct Barricade, and asking what's new about Barricade and what's new about what Barricade. But on top of that, Camille Robinson Regis, the dishonest human being that she is, talking about, with the assistance of Keyshawn Haynes, about consultation and the people know and the legal residence and everything has been done correctly. Really? Let me take your minds back to some years ago, some time ago, what the UNC, what I was telling, or actually, don't let me talk, yes, run the truth, run it. To the people of Laventille, just listen to the Douglas for a second. Forget that I'm a UNC. Yesterday was a spotlight that came out to talk about Port of Spain regeneration and rejuvenation, and that they will be going out for consultation on these projects to uplift your lives, the people of Laventille, the poor people of Laventille. Right? Yesterday, I holding in my hand a document. All of this, okay? All of this from the HDC. And today when I'm talking in the Senate, all your business, you know, all your by Piccadilly, all of the Laventille who will never vote for me, but I have the document, right? Randall Mitchell, only jumping up to stop me, all kind of things, saying I'm irrelevant, all kind of, just to stop me, but you can't stop it. Because what this document says is that Laventille, your land has been sold. You're gone, they are acquiring. Your PNM government, the black man government, is taking, starting with Piccadilly, 100 edifices, 100 businesses, 100 people with property at Piccadilly around that Besson Street area there. That's why they leave the station down like that. Foster Cummins, how the SS going? Anyway, they are coming to acquire your properties. And you are going to get paid pittance for it. This decision, this is the contract here, letter of acceptance. This is since 23rd March 2018. 23rd March 2018. The HDC. That's a letter of acceptance for them to do. Hereby awards a contract to you and your company to perform the caption work, which is for the provision of acquisition. Acquisition means them taking your property. You have to move out. And here the other thing, when you move out, this document says that the money that they're going to pay you is going to be so low because over the years they allowed your property values to diminish down to rock bottom with crime, bad roads, bad water, no electricity, decay. They allowed it, gentrification to take place. So they are coming to pay you a pittance. So much so that the document, the intelligent people who did this, right? Let's read some more for you. 3rd May 2017. They now come yesterday in 2020 in November to tell you, oh, we're going to consult and so on. This is a done deal from long time. And yet you have a reporter called Keyshawn Haynes of CNC3, a news station. And Keyshawn Haynes is going yesterday. And just in general, we're going to dissect it. I want you all to pay attention. giving you not news report. I want journalists, Valentino saying, somebody, Ken Gordon, don't mind, is a PNM. People who practice journalism, please analyze this and tell me, tell the population, if this is journalism. Journalism is about getting to the story, what is taking place, giving the facts, not giving your own personal interpretation, not filling out the gaps for the minister who you like, not concocting and giving conclusions of which you cannot support factually. I showing all this since May 2022. Since 2017, it was a complete secret acquisition from Noel Garcia and Udicott. No consultation, nothing. Telling and warning the people of Piccadilly, Laventille and all they coming for the hills. From since Calypso back in 1981, there was a Calypso song. They come in for the hill, Laventille. Well, they got the man Rowley. Rowley is the man. Rowley is the man who increased the rich people land. Remember in Renaissance, from about 10 million, and then give them outline approval to go up in the sky and increase the value of that said plot of land to 850 million. That is Rowley. But Kejan Haynes, Kejan PNM Haynes, who calls himself a journalist, if he's a PNM, good for you. Join the party, go up for a seat, be a politician, be a blogger. But this is CNC3 that says we are a journalist, we are news. He done concoct, create barricade, also discussing and espousing the PNM position that consultation went through, and all of this was well done by the PNM. Don't take my word for it. Play part one. Only listen to Kejan Haynes, the journalist. Run it.
PDP political leader Watson Duke is in the HDC right now. He's been there for a little over an hour. He's been advocating for residents of East Port of Spain who are being relocated as part of the government's East Port of Spain expansion project, an upgrade project. So these residents have been told since many years ago that they were going to be relocated, but Mr. Duke is saying that the places that they're being relocated to aren't adequate and they're being given not enough time to leave.
Look at his face and look how nonchalantly he lies and says these citizens have been told many years ago. Never! The decision was done in secret. I show you, I've got the document from inside. But he's talking about the citizens had been consulted with. They knew nothing about it. The PNM came like a thief in the night to move out the people of Laventille. All right, all you wouldn't vote for UNC. Okay, that's irrelevant. It is wrong. It is an abuse of people. And look at Kejan, CNC3, PNM Haynes talking nonsense, lying, not being factual, not investigating, giving his opinion without any basis, and also lying about Watson being barricaded. Watson was live on social media. What barricade? Play the next part.
Done that, and so I am just of the firm view that Mr. Duke is looking for a platform
To launch his political
well,
run for Port of Spain.
He wants to be the mayor of Port of Spain. He also said he wanted to be the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. So this is probably one of his stepping stones. But I think he has a lot more things to think about.
A journalist filling out political propaganda, peacock and politics for the minister. Kejan Haynes egging on the minister about Watson Duke wanting to go for mayor or whatever the hell he wants. That is not your business, Mr. Kejan Haynes. I don't think Watson have any chance of going up politics mayor. Nothing. That's not the point. You're a journalist. You are to report on the story, not to be a PR piece and help and cajole and put words in the minister and join with the minister in attacking a political opponent, ridiculing about his dream that he business. It's a journalist, a news story. What madness passes for journalism in this country? Kejan, PNM, Dotish, Dance, Haynes, and CNC3, that all you have. Run it again, our next part.
The lawful residents are not fully aware of.
And I know this is part of the bigger revitalization And the Prime Minister would have said, wherever we put it, because we get
Reorganization of the revitalization of Port of Spain, and it is an undertaking that we made, and we did all of this with the concurrence of the residents of Port of Spain.
All right, thanks, Minister.
You're very welcome.
Oh gosh, the only thing you didn't do is kiss on a ball and rub up. Thanks, Minister. You, Kijan, ain't talking about the policy of the PNM and saying that it was done, and the Prime Minister already said, and this person said, you lie. Actually, play back my little piece from what I said, and that Doubles and Coffee was about 11 minutes analyzing it, showing when I bust it in the Senate that they lie. They were doing it surreptitiously, secretly. There was no consultation. And Kijan PNM Haynes and CNC3, he finishing sentence for the bald-head lady, for Miss who called Kamala Sushila, and they having a little lover party as a journalist, talking about the Prime Minister already said this and consultation, and he know more about revitalization and all of that. It is frank comment, move poor people out, give them nothing, they will never come back, give the land to rich people. End of story. Run back what the truth is with this Kijan PNM disgusting hate. CNC3, keep your morning brew, Balizé brew with your PNM candidate. Keep your journalists with PNM journalists. Keep that. That's why your ratings low. That's why you make no profit. That's why your Guardian paper can't sell. That's why your news gone down 120,000 views per evening, because you have been unmasked. It is political nastiness and propaganda. A journalist joining with a minister to give political PR positions. And CNC3 media journalist Kijan Haynes is discussing with Camille how the Prime Minister and the government consulted normal thing with the people. That was May 2022. The contract was done, signed and agreed and approved since 2017. No consultation. The PNM said in May 2022, yes, we are coming to consult with you. 5 years later, and Kijan PNM Haynes and CNC3 PNM CNC3 and to Mr. Bossman of Ansa Makal. You see the nonsense? So don't come and tell Anil. Anil just talking facts. If you want to be a media house, then how could you have Kijan Haynes talking about politics and propaganda and ridiculing a man? That's not a journalist job. That's a politician job. If Camille Robinson Regis want to ridicule Watson Duke and he big toe, that is she business. That is we business. We politicians. A journalist is to research and provide facts. Did that sound like a factual piece? Or was that concocted PNM political propaganda and lies about a policy and consultation and they have been told? Watson Duke walked down there. Whether all they like Watson Duke or not is irrelevant. Whether he have political support or not is irrelevant. He went and talked to people. The people said what was going on, and he went down there with people, did not barricade himself, and went to find out what is going on now. He's about a year late compared to the UNC, no big thing. But now you all have the facts. And Keisha and Haynes, boy, you are such a mental midget. It's not funny. If you're a PNM, that's all right. Don't try to pretend that you're some journalist, you big flipping clown.